robust urban garlic flavor.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. We got that. All right, good. So now we have extra chest and crafting table. That's good. That's right. You guys did not get to see my Cologne review idea because disgusting negative people had to crap all over it and immediately make fun of it and say it wasn't going to work. So I said, well, forget it then. I'm not going to bother with it. If you're going to be negative and not even give it a chance and allow it to be tried once, then screw you. Then you don't get it. I'm not wasting time. You're already complaining before the idea's even seen the light of day. You're going to be so toxic about it. Well, then, so now you don't get it. Now you'll never get it.
So this was not the video I expected to release today, but Phil is just such a man that you start going down strange rabbit holes with him, and then you find out he's still talking about the stupid men's cologne idea that he had like a month ago that was immediately shot down, and he's like, I gotta be bitter about this. I gotta be salty. Nobody liked this idea. So let's see what else Phil has to say about his salvageable cologne idea, or at least in his head it is, because it definitely will not save the business.
Have a good night, Vietnamese comrade. For those who don't know, so I had an idea, all right? In the last, few years, I've started to have a cologne collection, I would say.
Surprisingly, there's a lot of things we don't know about Phil, like, the bird.
I like wearing them all the time. Usually I wear cologne every day. All right, I like smelling good. I just do. I can afford it.
So remember when Phil was saying for years he couldn't afford groceries if he couldn't hit this tips goal? Turns out he's been accumulating a cologne collection during that time. Yeah, talk about a scam. Like, this is the stuff that should really annoy his audience because he made his finances their business. And then he's like, oh, I've been just spending money on superfluous stuff for years. It's like, really, Phil?
It's fun to do. I have some colognes that are really expensive. I have some colognes that are really cheap. I have some colognes that are like in between. I go by smell. I don't go by value or cost. I'm not wearing cologne to be like affluent. I'm wearing it to smell good, okay? So, basically, you can stack chests. Well, that's good. Do that. Thank you, Papa Vera. So I had an idea. I said for something different, instead of me always like reviewing fast food, why don't I review like a cologne? Like I can either get a brand new one and smell it for the first time and test it and see what I like, or I could review a cologne I already have.
And he doesn't realize that is a very niche audience that probably doesn't intersect with his own audience.
Here's one somebody didn't finish. Squidward smells good.
I can show you the bottle, I can tell you the cost, I can tell you the value, what I think of it. Oh, horrible idea, worst idea ever. All right, well, f you then. You won't even let me do it once. You got to sit there and you got to on the idea before it's even happened. Then f you, I won't do it. I'll continue to eat fast food and you'll like it. It's that simple. People are so toxic on the internet and want to be dicks to me. Well, then you get nothing. I come up with an idea. If you don't like it, then you won't get it. Tough. Okay.
Yeah, the man is so offended that they didn't like his idea. And the thing is, it doesn't matter what kind of idea Phil comes up with. It's just because his personality and his streaming affect is so terrible that it's going to lead to it being boring regardless. So Phil's already up the creek without a paddle, so it doesn't really matter what else he does. He really needs a co-host or somebody to be actually the entertainment, because he's not entertaining on his own. And it's not hard to see through. He's like incredibly butthurt all the time over anything. He makes mountains out of molehills.
I'm not dropping blueprints. You can stop spamming the chat. If you do that again, I'll just remove you. Mom and Dad Saved the World. That does not ring a bell. I don't think I saw that one. Why am I so stinky? Because I cover myself in very robust, aromatic oils and perfumes. If you don't know, they're called cologne. Every day I'm wearing a new cologne. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm very stinky because of it.
Yeah, he keeps throwing out the feeler, and I will tell you why. He wants to buy expensive colognes and then write it off on his taxes like he does with the fast food. That's all it is. He doesn't want to make engaging content, he just wants to make a quick and easy thing.
Did I ever see Clifford the Big Red Dog? No, but I've seen the books. Like, I know that it started as a book. It was a big children's book at one point.
Why are we talking about children's books on a gaming live stream? Like, what adult is gonna bring this up to another adult when there's like no kids involved? Like, I understand if you have kids, but it's like you don't have kids. Phil doesn't have kids. It doesn't make any sense.
Does my office stink? No, it does not. I have a plug-in air freshener in here, and I have the air purifier running.
Well, that was a robust nose scratch. Remember when Phil walks around and we see all the dust everywhere? You know where I'm going with that.
I'm not into taste testing coffee, but people have been saying they want something different and suggested this and said because it's another creator's coffee, that's why it would be interesting, right?
How about you review only iced coffee?
No, if a Cowboy fan, I haven't had Subway since 2017. I haven't had anything from them in so long.
Yeah, and that turned out to be a complete debacle right there. Proceeding to go on another rant because he's Phil.
See, Flatman B says he's in the process of trying to control the whole process, including roasting, and yes, it's his brand. Other people just said, no, it's drop-shipped coffee. So what is it?
No, it's just regular coffee that you just stick your label on and then you say it's yours.
I feel like we have to do more research into this before I make any decisions. That maybe the next DSP tries it for 70 goals.
Will be like bugs or something.
Is that we do a regular show and then maybe we do this later?
Like, what's the tangible value of, like, reviewing coffee? It's, like, the most mundane things, and it's like, if it's something actually interesting, even remotely, he's not gonna do it.
Can I do the Cologne review idea? No, because you guys made fun of it. You think that it's a joke, right? So if it's a joke, then you can laugh at it forever and I'll never do it.
Like, he's so personally maligned that his fans, aka the people on Kick, which aren't really his fans, did not like the idea of a Cologne review whatsoever. Because it's boring, Phil. Nobody cares about cologne. They don't care if it makes you smell good or not. It's, like, entirely through the nose. Like, how are you going to explain that through your audience? They're not smelling it. At least with food, you can see it and, like, imagine what it tastes like. With cologne, it's like, who cares? You want to, like, go get magazines and sniff samples out? Like, what's the point? Like, with the scent, you have to actually be there to experience it. Otherwise, there's no point. That's why it's a bad idea, Phil. You're like, oh, it smells good. Well, it could smell bad to somebody else.
Because I would have done it, and I bet you it would have been a good idea. At least
No.
for a few variety episodes of DSP Tries It, it actually probably would have been a really good idea.
It's like, yeah, I want your feedback, but when you say it's a terrible idea, I'm going to get upset about it. And I'm, like, going to gaslight you and try to convince you that's a good idea, even though I have an ulterior motive for actually wanting to do it. It's not because I'm a hobbyist. I just want to write it off.
To compare different colognes against each other or to review a certain one, tell you about the price point, the packaging, everything.
Yeah, but you're a gaming channel, Phil. If you really want to review colognes, make your own review cologne channel and see how well that goes. Because I'm sure that will flop because your personality will not be able to carry it.
But no, people wanted to be dicks. So because you want to be dicks, you don't get it. You. No, really, like anyone who is a dick about it, well, I'm not doing it now. And I'll just keep all my cologne knowledge to myself, and now you get nothing. So, you lose. Good day, sir. Your fault.
So what he's trying to do here is convince us that there's something valuable that he has to offer us. But we can see right through it because we've been through this for 17 years, and we're like, Phil, you don't have much of anything to offer besides panhandling. That's where the entertainment factor is with you. Like, you could be an expert on something, but you have to bring the passion into it. And you don't bring the passion. You gotta bring that energy. You gotta bring that hype. You gotta bring that interesting factor or that entertainment factor. And we haven't seen that from you in years.
I'll keep my extensive knowledge of colognes to myself, and you all can just have bad sniffing situations.
Dude, are you saying your audience doesn't use deodorant or shower with soap? That's kind of what you're implying right here. Major salt from the Salt Man.
Plus, let's be honest, I'm going to need a lot of room for my extensive cologne collection that I'm going to have. Just like in my real house, where I have an entire drawer of my giant drawer of my dresser is just a wide variety of a collection of high-quality colognes. I need that, too. So I'm going to need a giant storage area for the cologne in the Minecraft world. There you are.
Yeah, here's Phil flexing on his audience. Look at me, I got this high-quality cologne. I know stuff that you don't. I have forbidden secret knowledge. And I'm not going to share it with you because you thought my idea wasn't good. So here's a segment from the initial podcast where he brought this up. He went on about colognes for over an hour and a half, so obviously I'm not going to waste your time and show you the whole thing, but here's just a little snippet of it.
Now, and then maybe I could buy like the trial size of one of these that you guys recommend, do a demo of it.
Phil really thinks his audience is going to recommend cologne samples to him. I'll just let that sink in.
And if I like it, then I can actually get it for myself. All right. So again, the reason I came up with this idea is because number one, you guys have been complaining enough with the fast food, do something different.
I guess people are starting to catch on that $1,500 for fast food is not a good deal. But you know, he's still doing it now, so he's probably banned everybody that said that.
So I'm trying to think of things I would like. I could try product, but what product do I actually have some experience in now that I would kind of be able to give a valid opinion? This is something that I actually have some experience in now.
Wow, you know about cologne. It's not like I want to go to a gaming live streamer who wears PJs all day and ask him about how I should smell.
All right. Now, you might say it's the worst idea ever. Some people in chat are saying that. Like I said, I think this will only apply to people who are interested in cologne.
Which is maybe 1 or 2 people of the 150 people watching you at most.
That's not going to be everyone. You know, I do have a predominantly male audience, but not everyone wears it. So you might say, well, immediately you're cutting out a big portion. You're right. I do think that at face value, DSP tries it of doing fast food is the thing that appeals to the widest audience.
But it's not even that. It's just about making it interesting. You just sit there and eat food. So you're just rewarding yourself. You gotta make it interesting. It doesn't matter what you're reviewing. It just has to be something that's interesting. Like you're live streaming it. It doesn't matter what the topic is because you're not looking for like people to watch it as a regular video. It's gotta be, is it entertaining for your audience?
But people are telling me that they're bored of it and they want something different. And by the way, this doesn't have to be frequent. This could be, I don't know, once every 3-4 goals. Like, let's say, for example.
And he's so desperate for approval, he really wants this to get off the ground, and you can see it. And the thing is, people sense desperation, Phil, and they don't like it. That's why they ridiculed you for this idea. Not only is it dumb, but you, like, had to be so desperate in trying to push this like you do everything else.
We do a 50 goal milestone. So then the next 10, we do a DSP tries it fast food. Maybe the next one, we do a DSP tries it a cologne. And the one after that, we do more fast food. But then we have the milestone where we end up doing another marathon, and then it resets, you see? Like, maybe keep fast food in it more frequently, and then just have this stuck in as an idea from time to time. I'm just saying, I don't want this to be a weekly thing. I think this is something that you stretch out over time, and people could get a lot of knowledge about stuff from this series.
Yeah, here's the thing, Phil. Maybe you should stop tying DSP tries it to reward goals. I know you won't, because you need to have a goal for something, and that's just what you're doing right now. But it's like, who cares? Like, you could go to a fast food place and order it yourself. You can go to, like, I don't know, a body store and get that cologne and, like, smell it there. Your input doesn't really matter here.
But again, should this be DSP tries it? Should this be its own? Should it be DSP smells it? Right? I don't know.
That's the problem right there. You don't know how to make your content entertaining to people. That's all it is. So it doesn't matter what you're reviewing. It could be cologne. It could be pot holders. It could be video games. You're just not going to make it interesting.
Now, if you don't think that this is a good idea, fine. And I'm glad that you're going to be honest with me and tell me. But I want to know what you think would be a good idea. And it has to be something that's viable. It has to be something that's reasonable. It has to be something that's done in this office, not me going out doing extravagant IRL streams, not me cooking. I keep telling you all, We have to find things that are good ideas that can be done within reason. Okay, that can be done a series in here that I can maybe squeeze between a stream, not some extravagant giant thing that's not viable or reasonable or realistic. But every time that I ask for ideas, this is what I get hit with. Oh, do something giant and absolutely ridiculous that, I don't have time for. I'm already doing 5 to 6 days of full-time streaming a week.
Which is way too much.
I'm already juggling a ridiculous amount of games. I'm already doing other projects. You guys keep saying, you're going to play this one, you're going to play this one. When you're bringing back DSP Throwback Retro Nights, when is Lego's coming back? I'm only one guy. So I don't have time to do extravagant projects outside of the realm of what I'm doing. Already I'm being pulled in so many directions, you understand? So I hope you get that.
So, Phil is a pro at making simple things completely overcomplicated. Like, Phil, you don't have a timeline for any of these things. You can do whatever you want. You can postpone things, you can go on. You just cling to this belief of day one hype, and you've integrated that so much into your audience that they buy it too, so they don't support you if you play a game a week late. It's completely foolish.
All these ridiculous things that people tell me not to do or tell me to do, I can't do. Okay? Not gonna go on a trip.
Nobody is asking for you to go on a trip, Phil. Though that would be much more entertaining than whatever you're doing right now.
Not gonna spend 4 hours cooking in my kitchen for something that I don't care about. You know what I mean? Okay. So, let me know what you think. All right? Seriously. I want to get feedback on this idea.
Yeah, and that feedback is only going to be from his live audience, because when he says something in the video, his fans are only watching that hour-long thing for like 5 minutes. So they're not going to be in the process of giving him feedback.
If it's a terribly dead idea, then I won't do it. But maybe it's something worth just trying once.
Yeah, so his fans complained about it to him for an hour, and he tried to convince them that it was worth it. And then ultimately, he relented. That's the podcast right there.
Right? Just try it once and see how it works. If you guys like it or not, if it ends up being something entertaining or not, or informative, because it might not be fully entertaining, but it could be very informative, right?
Says the guy who won't give Dave the Diver another chance, because it only raised $75 in tips. Across 2 hours, that's a lot in 2 hours, Phil.
Honestly, it sucks. All right, Lamont, so what's your idea? Let's see. What's your idea, Lamont? What should I do? I want to hear it right now. Someone just said, honestly, this sucks. Okay, so what's your idea? I want to hear your great ideas. So what's your idea?
Phil, it's not your audience's job to give you ideas. You're the creator, you gotta be creative. It kind of goes with the position.
Some idiot actually just said, nothing you do in the room is interesting, then get off my stream. Literally everything I've ever done is in this room. Why are you watching my stream that's broadcast from the room? Goodbye.
Well, he's right on that point. If you don't find him interesting, I guess you're not watching him. Here we go again. He's staring at the chat, waiting for somebody to say something, because nobody's saying something. Oh, he banned somebody. Goodbye, somebody of the kick chat. This is what he does.
So immediately, Lamont, I think you should adapt your content and socialize with other streamers. What does that have to do as a goal reward for hitting milestones?
You could stream with somebody when you hit the goal. That's it. It's not that difficult to wrap your head around, Phil.
Nothing. So your opinion is, don't do a Cologne DSP tries as a reward. Instead, change all your content and socialize with other streamers. That's not even what we're talking about. Do you see my point? Everyone who wants to always shoot down an idea literally has no other ideas. I don't like any of your ideas, but I also don't have any good ones of my own. So what use is your feedback then?
Phil, you asked for feedback, you just didn't like what he said. This is what happens with you, because every time somebody gives you good feedback or good criticism, you take it as a personal slight. All you want to do is have people tell you that it's a great idea. But here's reality, it's not.
Right? What was the point of saying it was a bad idea if your idea has nothing to do with what we're even talking about? We're not talking about me changing my content and branching out and crossing over with other content creators. We're talking about what could be a milestone reward for hitting goals of support.
You know how odd it is? Like, DSP puts his whole business scheme on hitting goals, but he can't find interesting goals for his fans. So that's a huge problem for Phil. That's why he had this whole session, because if he can't get his fans to buy into the goal, they're not going to buy into giving him money, because at that point, why are you giving Phil money? Just because you find his content positive and meaningful? No way. Phil doesn't even find his content positive and meaningful.
Jesus. I swear, like, talking to these people, it's like, hello, Wall. Wall, can we talk about milestone rewards today? Oh, look, the wall didn't answer me, but my voice at least bounced off the wall back, so it kind of felt like it knew what I was talking about. You see?
In this scenario, Phil is the wall.